Welcome back, everyone. By the way, I am nervous as crud right now because we're in a new location. We're doing another recording, and I'm here with Julie again. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
This is so exciting to me.
It is exciting, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm very nervous because we're in a different set.
Yes.
Thank you, producer Mike. Thank you so much.
It's really cool. It's beautiful here.
Okay, so we're going to start off. I want to start off with some pop culture.
Okay.
Are you okay? Are you down? Are you
Yes,
ready for
absolutely.
that? Okay. So I know you and I were talking privately. We're sending texts and we're talking away from the podcast. You said you just finished watching the Beverly Hills, right? Real Housewives.
Right.
Okay. Tell me what's your idea. Which season did you see?
I don't know what season we're on, but I just saw
This would be, I don't know. It's either 15 or, we're at the latest season where Erica just was pretty boring and Garcelle quit. So, okay, there we go.
She quit? I didn't know that.
Okay, so you're probably on the wrong season.
Okay. It was interesting. I love it. I love the opulence, the beauty. I love when they redo themselves and they're like, no, it's nothing. I'm on hormones.
I know, right? You're like,
cool.
you know you got the money. Yeah, you know you have the money.
Yeah, it was interesting. How do you feel about the Kyle and the Mauricio?
I'm pretty upset right now. I don't even know why Kyle's still there.
Okay.
Because number one, she always hides it. Like, and I sound like I'm repetitive.
She hides her situation.
She hides whatever's going on with her.
Yeah,
And what's her name? Morgan? Or I don't know, Morgan something.
Right.
I know because there's a country artist also named Morgan.
Right.
But I feel like she's always hiding things because she grilled Denise Richards last time.
Right.
Well, did you see when
Well,
Denise
it's
Richards was
a
on?
double standard, 100%.
I know, but she's a producer. So that's why. So, okay, but now that you know, Garcelle quits. At the end of the reunion.
She wasn't my favorite.
What?
I saw her walk off. I saw her have a tantrum,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that she was actually quitting.
Yeah, she's not coming back.
I was never really I was rooting for her when she got this amazing beach home. And, she's a single mom. She loves her boys. I'm biased. I have a son. So that part was really cool.
I turned this way. Okay.
But then some of it, it seemed like she was attacking, and I don't love the attacking.
I don't feel like she was attacking. I think she was calling people out on their BS.
Okay.
And then I feel like Sutton. I feel next season if Sutton stays on, she's gonna have to find a new whole scheme or method.
Right.
Because now without Garcelle, she's gonna get chewed out hard because Garcelle was her backbone.
She flips back and forth though.
Yeah, but she's like desperate for Kyle's attention, and I'm like, just because she's a producer on the show.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next thing. We're gonna move on to the next one. I am gonna see. We have a monitor now. Thanks, producer Mike. You're doing a great job on this. But now, which other one are we going to go to for the Housewives? Okay, so, Miami. I'm ready for that one. I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel like any other shows right now on Bravo are kind of boring. Okay. Everything's just plateaued. I feel like it's a snooze fest.
Okay.
And what do you think about Miami? Have you ever seen Miami?
Yes.
Did you ever see any of them?
Yes, I saw Miami. I saw it when it started out, and then they were gone.
They were put on pause. They were put on pause.
I was like one of the two. I'm like, where are y'all? I was
really
enjoying
mad.
it.
No, and I love Adriana. Yeah. Adriana de Mora. I love her.
I don't love her.
What? And then Alexia gets on my nerves.
Really? I think she's so beautiful. Like, you just can't stop looking at her. No, she is beautiful.
She is beautiful. And I won't speak bad about her being a mom.
Yeah.
I won't, because Frankie, she's all the way. But Alexia gets on my nerves because I'm like, she doesn't see the horrible part. And then I'm going to go straight into... Speaking of horrible, that's what I was going to say with Beverly Hills. I think they need to do not a huge casting shakeup. They need to do half the casting. Okay. Like shake it up, just like Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. Because Atlanta sucks this season.
Really?
Atlanta just sucks. Portia, they blew her up so big that she was going to come back. And like she was going to main character. Portia should be just a friend of a housewife.
Okay.
She can't hold a storyline.
Do you think that they're trying to do the New York, trying to scrap them all and start off again?
Well, they didn't do that. So this last season, you haven't watched the last season, right? They brought back Portia after so many seasons. Drew stayed on. Cynthia Bailey is on, but friend of a housewife. But I'd rather watch Cynthia's storyline. I think Cynthia has a storyline that could really make it more palpable. And they brought back Phaedra, but Phaedra,
you don't trust her anymore.
I know.
She lost credibility.
I never trusted her when the whole Apollo thing happened. But she's probably going to send us a cease and desist or whatever?
Cease and desist.
Cease and desist. That's what you call it. See? I'm going to sound just like her. What else was I going to talk to you about? Now that there's nothing going on.
Okay.
I honestly think New Jersey, just get rid of it. I know
you don't like it? I love it.
I love New Jersey, but I'm going to be honest. The last 5 seasons, it just got so dark.
Okay.
And then Teresa always fighting, always saying, blaming everybody else but her.
You know what my interpretation of her is?
Tell me.
Everyone has a set of rules, and the rules don't apply to her.
Yes,
that it's not cool.
But that makes her though. Okay, and I'll be honest. I've met her before. She's super nice. She's very nice.
Is she really?
She's so nice. And Juicy Joe, her first husband, I don't know if he hated me or not. If he hates me, that's on him. But
Why?
He was so sweet. He hugged me.
Really?
Because I met her at the time that I was sick, and she signed a book for me because all her books sold out at the bookstore here in Houston. And so I just bought another book, and she just signed off on it. I actually have it autographed by Teresa.
Very cool.
And I was talking to Juicy Joe, and I was like, hey, thank you for supporting the cause. Because I think she was on The Apprentice.
Okay.
And I think she was fighting for the same illness I have, FSGS.
Excellent.
And I was like, hey, thank you so much. And he was like, no problem. I didn't know you had the illness. And he gave me a hug. And I'm like, whereas I've met other housewives, and they were just mean.
Okay, tell us who was mean.
I can't talk about who was mean. I can't.
Give us a hint. What city?
It's obvious that she's mean. New York.
Ramona.
How'd you guess? I didn't say it.
Because everyone says that she's mean.
She was very mean to me. She was mean to me and my friend at the wine signing.
Was she mean and offensive, or was she oblivious and like, in my own space, I'm too great for everyone?
So people before us took a picture with her. And then me and my friend were standing there, and I think we didn't meet her demographics. And then I was like, hey, I'm like, can we get a picture with you? And she looked at me up and down. I was like, I don't have time. I just don't have time. She just got sporadic like she does. And then they pushed us out the line. And I was like...
So basically, whatever she says goes. If she doesn't want a picture with you, she doesn't.
Yeah, and then she took pictures with people behind us.
Wow.
And I was like, really?
Wow.
I'm like, que vieja tan malvada. Vieja malvada, en serio. Like,
but, I mean, that reflects on what...
But honestly, I've met Bethany, too. And Bethany at a book signing, and Bethany's straightforward. But she was nice. And I'm like, okay, you win me over.
I think Bethany has been a little humbled.
You think so? Lately on TikTok? Yeah.
And well, I think that she was, she hit this amazing wealth and abundance and prosperity. And I think that was, such an amazing, I think of it like a rocket.
Do you think it gave her like that security that she feels like, okay, I'm comfortable now. I can afford this. Because remember, when she started the show, she only got like $7,000 like the first season, you know? And I love that she was really smart. She did the whole LLC. Yeah. And she made him pay her through the LLC. And then she did the Bethany clause and all that stuff going on. But there's nothing on Bravo right now. That's why I'm waiting for Miami to come back.
Miami.
Because I'm telling you, Atlanta, Miami. Yeah. Because Housewives Atlanta, I'm just like, y luego, they just, and yes, we're going to speak English and Spanish here, just letting everybody know. Okay. We're Chicanos. Okay. So, and then they got rid of Kenya, and I'm like, why you got to get rid of my homegirl? I love Kenya. I love Kenya. Do you like Kenya?
Messiness.
She's not messy. I think she's straight to the point.
What
is
her twirl? What does it say?
She's gone with the wind. Fabulous.
I say that still sometimes.
Girl, I hope she doesn't get us for that one too. But okay. So there's nothing right now. I don't want to watch anything on Bravo.
And I love quoting Nene.
Oh, Nene. Nene's a
She's so
freaking
messy,
legend.
Right?
Nene, you can't go wrong with Nene. I love Nene. If I ever meet
Bye,
Nene,
wig.
I want no. What is she? What? No. There's one scene where she doesn't. You're already laughing, but I hope you know what I'm talking about. It was when Phaedra was trying to give the fake months of her pregnancy to her. And then she's like, "Shut up! That's all stupid. No, what doctor's gonna do that?" Remember, she was saying that they're gonna induce the labor at 4 months or 5 months. I was like, I love that one, but no. When I quote that, when I reference that, no one gets it. And I'm like. I have no friends. Nobody watches Bravo like I do.
That's funny.
But no, okay, so I was saying Bravo's boring. Now I'm like over at Max, HBO. Okay. You were telling me before we started recording, what show's your favorite?
White Lotus. I am so obsessed. Like, I can't stop watching it. I've watched it twice, the whole 2 series.
Everybody's going to kill me because I haven't watched it.
It's really good.
I watched
beautiful.
The first episode. I watched when everybody's just barely going into the resort, the first episode.
It's beautiful. Just kind of go in there. Like, pretend like you're there. You're going along. Like, you're on vacation. And, play along like you're a guest there.
Okay, with the Houston weather all hot and balmy and sweating, you're going to be like, haha. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I think I'm there. No. But also, I'm into right now. So I will say this right now, and I'm really heartbroken. Danny, I think his name is Danny McBride. He had this show called The Righteous Gemstones. I don't know if anyone's heard that.
I think I saw some of them.
It's really good. I really do enjoy the show. And
I think I saw some of them. Is it the sons and they're kind of like, they're girls, they're not really respecting the daughter, and the 2 guys are supposed to be the
no, I think you're almost there. It's like he's a pastor, John Goodman.
Yeah. Doesn't the son, one of the sons is gay, doesn't want anyone to know, and
no, he's open about it. They just don't talk about it.
Okay. And then the eldest is supposed to be like but really the daughter's really smart.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. I know you say you weren't into it, but you got to watch it. Okay. Everything with Max always starts off slow, but then it gets really good. There's always good cliffhangers at the end. Yeah. But I will say this right now. The last episode, because the show just ended, it was series finale. Right. It blew my mind because I thought I thought it started off slow. And at the end, I was like, damn, this is really damn good. Yeah. Now, the one's going to break my heart is Hacks.
Hacks.
with Jean Smart. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I've seen some of them.
Yeah, she's starting off. She's like a comedian in Vegas, and I think this is the last season as well, if I'm not mistaken.
With the assistant, right? And they get closer.
Well, she's a writer. She becomes a writer. She's the one that writes the jokes and stuff. That's a good show. I like it. I like it. Yeah. But that one's coming to an end too. I mean, 29th, I think.
What is the one with from the Downton Abbey creator on Max? It's this. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. A Gilded Age. Have you seen that?
Good? No, I haven't seen it.
Do you enjoy like Titanic or do you enjoy Downton Abbey?
Yes, like timepieces.
You have to see it. It's beautiful. Really? It really is really cool.
I try to get in Downton Abbey, but I don't know. Have you seen that one?
I saw all of it. I loved it.
That's on PBS, right?
Yes, it was originally on PBS. Yes.
Okay, I feel like I'm really bad. I feel like I'm failing. I went to the School of Communications of Wendy Williams, and I feel like I'm failing right now.
Okay.
And I'm actually learning from the School of Podcast by Heather McDonald, and I feel like I'm failing both of them right now because I keep jumping everywhere, and I keep looking at monitors and screens. I love Wendy. Wendy, I wish you the best. I hope you come back. I want you back in your purple chair. Because even if I get canceled, I want you back. Happen. You think, no? You don't think she's going to come back?
Sadly. I don't sense her coming back.
She did a psychiatry assessment test, I believe.
I think she's going to try. I don't think it's going to be like TV, maybe.
Yeah, but do you think it'll be big like the TV show?
No.
But you think it'll be like a podcast
I'm a little upset with Wendy Williams, to be honest with you.
Why?
My intuition, she's such a baller. She's so strong. She's so opinionated. She was so put together and was just like the epitome of like your girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like that harsh girlfriend that's going to tell you, you need to lose some weight or you need to do whatever. And then, now I'm sorry that she's going through her health situation.
Yes, I agree.
But come on, the man left her and had a child and that broke her. Am I compassionate about her losing her mother? Absolutely. Am I compassionate about her health crisis? Absolutely. But you cannot sit here and tell me that the husband turning his back on her did not make her crumble. I was a little upset with that.
Do you think it's that, or do you think it's Hollywood and the media and the social pressures? Because think about it too. Okay, so I've seen her. I went to her live taping show in 2013 2013 they had the 25th year anniversary, the Roots anniversary, and I went to that taping. Yes, I like how I can just remember everything. It was like 14 degrees outside, and I remember, she's a strong-willed person. Yeah. She's very strong-willed because even like when they're doing the shows and they cut the commercial breaks at the end of the show, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do promos." Yeah, she's still recording. She's doing promos. Yeah. She was doing promos, and I mean, she was calling the shots. I was like, "Okay, damn, all right, Ms. Wendy."
She was there,
and I've talked mess about her before, but I respect her a lot.
What is your theory? What do you think happened with her? Just a combination of things?
I think it's a combination of things, but I know it's gonna sound a little controversial. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
But I feel like there was something with her salaries in Hollywood.
Okay.
I feel like maybe she was like, well, I want to move. I want to expand more.
Right.
Or let's be honest, what if she was just getting tired of it? Doing it for 12 seasons. I mean, if you love what you do, you're not going to get tired.
Right.
But at the same time, everything going on, just think about, like, for example, me, like right now, and I told you standing outside, I was like, I am like at the point of crumbling apart because I have so much going on and then work. And then what's going on with a friend of mine. And it's,
it's a lot.
I was telling, hubby over there, I was like, I'm on the verge of breaking down. And he's like, no, you got this every day. So I could actually,
I think if you slow down a little bit, I think you've been trying to not slow down because you're trying to avoiding a little bit. But I think if you slow down just a little, even half a day, I think you can,
I need to slow down.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, it's okay. It's just, and you know it yourself. And I don't know if anyone's noticed. If you guys watched the previous videos, I'm talking real fast. Because I'm just like, I'm going like a million miles an hour. Okay, but let's go back and focus on everything else. Okay, so Wendy, we love you.
I want her back. I want her stronger. I want her to like, look at me. I came on top. I just don't love that he had so much power over her.
But think about it. He had her back for like almost 20 years.
I understand it. But I just, come on.
But also think about it. What if she didn't have the right support system? What if she didn't have a friend or a partner that's like, you got this? Or like, remember like earlier, like today.
But sometimes we need to rely on ourselves, Eric.
We do. And I do rely on myself because I've been there. I've been there when you have no one. I've been there when you have no one and you're like, you're at the bottom of the barrel and you're like, can it get any lower? And yes, it can get lower.
Right.
But then you're like, okay, at one point in your life, you have to stand there and say, screw this, get up, do this now. And I don't want to curse because it's going to be on YouTube, but you got to get up and just be like, F everyone. It's you, because at the end of the day, The one, if you die, you're the one that's going in that casket. You're the one going in that urn. Not everyone else. Not your partner. Not your child. Not not your mom and dad. It's you that's going into the casket. Like my grandmother say, "Tú eres el que se va a meter los 6 pies bajo la tierra." That means you're the one that's going inside 6 feet under. No one else.
Right.
I mean, unless it's a mass casualty, you want to get a casket for 2 people. But I don't know if there's a thing for that. But okay. Anyways, okay, let's go back to all this.
You know, in Mexico, they do when someone, I didn't know this. This was new to me in Mexico because it happened in my family. When someone is passed such a long time ago, years and years and years, they will gather, and this may be a little too graphic, but they'll, they purchase land to bury persons, and then they do several coffins on top of each other.
Oh, they did.
Okay?
They do that.
And when someone's been gone for a long time, they will gather the remains and put them in a container and place them at the feet of the new body of the person who passed.
But I think it's in other cultures too.
Okay.
Because
I know they do it in Mexico.
No, they do it in Europe. I know they do it in Europe. And I know what you're saying. Like if someone's been gone, like passed away from like the 1850s, they do gather remains and put in the new coffin with the next person because of the land, the space.
I'm smiling creepily because I always have a conversation with my son about, don't do this when I die. And I'm thinking like, Christian better not let them gather me up and
just say his name. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. I don't know. I know, but don't say his name. Okay. All right. Now I'm starting to get more comfortable. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm glad you brought up that story. Okay. And, did I tell you? So I'm always watching about stuff like that on TikTok. Oh, wait, no. Let me go back. Let me jump. Let me stay focused. Stay focused. I know we were going to talk about, I need to always stay in the lane, stay in my lane. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now. So, I have an algorithm on TikTok.
Okay.
I'm always watching paranormal. I watch paranormal to relax.
Paranormal series?
No, I watch like ghost caught on camera. Okay. Yeah, topics.
You do this in your home?
At night to go to sleep.
At night in your bed? Please do not do that.
Why?
Because it is a portal.
Are you kidding me?
I'm being honest with you. I'm being completely honest with you. In my personal opinion, opening up your device, and even if it's entertaining, even if you're like, yeah, whatever, I can handle this, it is a portal.
It is?
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I don't know why, and I call me crazy.
Crazy.
But I am. Because it relaxes me. I'm telling you, like right now, like if it's like 12 at night and I can't sleep, I'll get on TikTok or YouTube and I'll be like ghost caught on camera footage. And I'll just keep watching. I'll keep scrolling until I'm like, okay, now it's time to go to sleep. And I don't get scared. I don't get like, oh, el cuckoo is going to come get me. Nothing like that. I'm just like, okay, it's been a long day. I'm like, let me watch this or let me watch paranormal. But then the weirdest thing is I start getting like these governmental conspiracy theories where like the government's starting World War III. I don't know if that's true or not. They were saying that too. But I'm going to tell you right now. So I hate it because now I have the Aquarius algorithm hitting me.
Okay.
And I start getting these weird DMs from psychics.
Okay.
So we're going to go into that. We're going to talk about this.
Okay.
And we talked about this before, and it gets on my nerves.
Okay.
And they'll send me a DM, and they're like...
They send you DMs?
Yeah, they send me DMs, and
like
I'll show them to you.
Private messages?
Yeah, private messages. Wow. And I'll literally, as I'm talking to you, I'll show you right now, because that makes me feel more genuine, more original. So they'll send me DMs, and they'll say, we feel your energy, and it sounds like you have good energy. I want you to come. And they start doing all these crazy things, and I'm like, what? And then they'll say, give me some more information about you, and I'm going to do a reading for only $5.
Okay, first of all, as a reader...
Bring that up, yeah. You start talking, I'm going to bring this up.
I'm a little jealous they have that much time to, like, find you on the, to locate you. And, geez, I can barely respond to people sometimes because I'm busy. So I'm a little jealous they can do that, but that's crazy. Now, what I'm assuming, maybe this is just me being really negative about this and being a little biased. Maybe they just send a lot of people the same thing?
I think it's a general.
Yeah.
I think they just copy and
like
paste.
Just let's see who responds to me.
I'm trying to find it. Ahorita no se me sale. Right now, it's not showing up. And I've been sending stuff to the other.
So they say, we see your energy is really great. Communicate with me. Give me some more info.
Yeah, let me not waste time. Wow. And they'll say, we sense your energy. You have a good aura. We want to talk to you more. Please click on my link. And I don't click on the links because that's the stupidest phishing scam ever. And they'll say, please give me this energy. I'm going to ask you, how can we debunk people on TikTok, on social media, who say that they're good psychics? Because we've talked about this before.
Yes, we have.
I'm about to cross my leg because it hurts my thigh, my
we
joints.
Have.
But, they're always like, I hate it. Oh, and I got a question for them. We're going to go to that too, but I'm going to bring up amulets too. Mm-hmm. But go ahead and help me. How can we debunk a honest, genuinely reader? I mean, is it reader? Are you a reader? You're a psychic medium.
I consider myself a psychic intuitive.
We've talked about this, yes.
Because a card reading is a psychic reading, and I use a lot of my intuition as well.
And let me ask you, when someone calls you for card readings, you say card readings. Break it down. What is a card reading? And what kind can someone ask you for?
So, of course, everyone has their own way of doing card readings or consultations or psychic consultations, et cetera. Mediumship. There's so many amazing options out there.
Okay.
But as far as myself, I offer my card readings on, I like to focus on specific time frames. So I'll focus on present, which to me would be approximately 3 months from now, and future, which would be 3 to 6 months from now. I choose not to go too far out, to not overwhelm, and I like to have those parameters for myself.
And can I tell you why I'm saying this? And I'm gonna give you a story time.
Yes.
Story time.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. Because there's one in the Galleria.
Okay.
And she's Egyptian, I think, or what? Is it Egyptian? Gitana?
Is she a palm reader?
Gitana, yes.
Oh my Lord.
So what do you call a gitana
Oh,
in
my
English?
Lord.
I forgot.
Gypsy?
Gypsy. Gitana, and she'll say. So someone else, a friend of mine, was like, go to her, and this was years ago, it was before I met you.
Okay, I'm curious. Why did they tell you to go with her?
Because we were trying to see if we passed our finals at HCC in nursing school.
But the person said go because the messages resonated with him.
No. She said, hey, I go to her, and she tells me if I'm gonna pass my finals or not.
And she seemed accurate to her.
Correct.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, so I went to her. And then I was like, and I'll be honest, and I've talked to this, and there's actually somebody that's coming up that I'm going to interview too.
Okay.
I was talking to her, because we've talked about this before. People have a situation with coming to you when they believe that they should pray in God, and we've already discussed this.
Right.
And so I went to this gitana, and I'm going to say gitana because gypsy, it
sounds strange.
Yeah, it sounds weird. It sounds weird. I don't know. Maybe it's because we always speak Spanglish,
Right.
We're a Spanglish culture. And so La Gitana was telling me, she's like, no, for $40, I can remove this out of your way. For $60, I can remove this out of the way. And then the funny thing is,
you're winding me up, but go ahead.
No, I'm winding you up, yeah, but you're gonna freak out. Because years later, I brought this up to you.
Okay.
And you told me, oh, she comes to me.
Was it the same lady?
Yeah, remember? Because
Wow.
I gave you the address, and you're like, she comes to me, and I do the work for her.
Wow, that's crazy.
And she's in the Galleria, yeah.
Okay, so this is my personal perspective. I am not God. I don't pretend to know everything. I'm just telling you from my situation. I've learned that a lot of times they charge very low fees for readings, $10, $5, free donation.
Yes, it was $5.
It's a lure.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simply, it's a lure. Just think through logic. How can someone survive off of $5 per person?
That's a lot of readings.
Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I was going to ask you. So when you do readings, is it overwhelming for you?
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I only offer appointments now, and why my readings are a little pricier than a lot of other people that do card readings. I give you your allotted time is your time. You have my undivided attention, and I will do my absolute best to give you as much guidance and intuition as I possibly can. And, I give you, there's no hidden agenda. How's that?
Okay, so what you're telling me, it's quality over quantity.
In my perspective, yes.
No, and I'll tell you this right now. So I used to work, and I can talk about this story. I used to work off of Richmond Avenue and Fountain View, and there was a palm reader in the same building. But I really wasn't into all that. And it was 2006 at the time. I was working a lot. And one time I came out. Well, the thing is, I was friends with the person that owned the building, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to evict these people." Wow. And this is why I really don't believe in, palm readings. I don't believe in palm readings.
Right.
Because when I was walking out to the car one day, the guy, I saw him for lunch. We had lunch and everything. And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to evict these people. They owe me money." And it was the same people. There were palm readers on the first floor.
Yeah,
because it was like they had the strip at the bottom, and then the offices went from. So I'm walking to the car, and one of them comes out. She goes, "I sense danger on you," and I was like, "What?" I'm like, "My car's already messed up. It's a hoopty. The transmission's about to go out. The engine's leaking. Of course, I'm driving in danger."
I've had one impersonate
and
me.
I got a liability. What?
I've had one.
Hold up, tell me this story.
I've
For
had
real. This
one.
is actually a good one. Tell me.
I've had one. I'm on Little York in Houston.
Yes.
And it's a long street, and I had one person, because the same clients told me, was saying that her name was Julie, and was telling people that she was me. And for instance, I have a lot of referrals. I'm so grateful for that. I've existed forever because of referrals. I hadn't advertised in eons.
Yes.
And people would come, "Hey, do you know Eric?" And yeah. I knew. She would say that she was me. And I found out because I had a client who referred her daughter. And the mother came in. I'd known her for years. Been doing this for 30 years. It accumulates. And she said to me, "Julie," I could tell she was a little embarrassed to say this to me. She said, "Julie, I'm a little upset with you." And I said, "Oh, no, what happened?" And I'm thinking, I didn't respond. Maybe I was booked. Maybe she was a little upset with me. Yes. And she said, "My daughter came to you, and she said that you told her to bring you X brand comforter from the Galleria and $800. And she did it and she hasn't seen a change. And I just thought, I asked her, I said, how many times have I ever asked you for X amount of crazy amounts of money or a specific brand of a comforter? When has that ever occurred? She said, my daughter called me. I told her never. But, Julie says, do it. It turns out it was the person impersonating me.
Well, in all fairness, no, I knew, and we talked about this, I believe, in another podcast, the one that does, I don't know, what do they practice in Cuba and Haiti?
Santeria?
What is it, Santeria? Okay, it's Santeria, yes. Mm-hmm. And he was telling me, bring me a silver dollar coin or a gold back coin, I think they're called. I can't remember. It was like a silver dollar coin. It costs a lot of money. He wanted me to bring him gold as well and everything just to heal me. And I was like,
was that the person, don't say, but was that the person in your downtown Houston, southeast area?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about, my thing is I am very particular because I grew up, so my dad's family tiene rancho.
Okay.
And so I have a problem with sacrificing meat.
Right.
And again, that's why I really don't eat meat. I have a hard time.
It bothers you.
It bothers me because not only it grosses me out thinking about how they skin the cows and stuff, but it's because, pero give me a taco, yo me lo echo. Give me un taco de fajita, yo me lo chingo. And I can say that right on YouTube.
You just
Can I
did.
say the curse word on YouTube?
You just
chingo?
did.
Okay. All right. Me lo chingo. No, I'm kidding. And, but I have a problem with that. And he was doing a sacrifice with rooster in the blood and that had to bathe with it. And I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I think there's like some kind of like OSHA violation with that, CDC violation.
Why do y'all do it if it doesn't feel right?
I didn't do it.
Okay, good.
No, I didn't do it because then he was telling me that for $5,000 he can heal me. And I was like, I don't have that kind. Why are you checking my pockets? First of all, why are you looking in my pockets? Number two, why is there a price to healing? Like, I feel like you don't consider yourself a healer, right?
I do not consider myself a healer.
Okay, good.
But I do offer rituals, and I do offer cleansings and.
But are you gonna do what the other guy did, where he was like, "You will be healed. You will have this. You're gonna live a normal life." No, I'm not God. Thank you.
And I'm not going to mislead you.
Thank you. And I'll tell you right now, and for anyone, religious or not, spiritualist or not, if you're not God, you can't tell me if I'm going to live tomorrow or not.
Right.
Because you and I have had this discussion where, you've had people leave.
Yes.
And I've seen people leave recently. It's not, we can't expect that. You can't expect that.
Right.
And that's why it really ticks me off when they start giving those
doom and gloom. If you don't do this,
so
this is terrible.
And that's what pisses me off about those psychics and those mediums and those readers on TikTok, that they're going to promise you your life is going to change. Do you promise that?
Nope.
What do you promise?
Listen, I have people call me all the time. I don't want a reading. I don't want a cleansing. How much will you charge me to do X, Y, Z? How long will it take? And believe me, I have bills. I'm human, and I can offer you guidance. I can offer you suggestions. I'm not going to mislead you. I'm the wrong person for that.
I will say that she will tell you it's guidance.
I can't help you.
It's guidance. It is not. It's not an
It's not a fix-all.
It's not a fix for all everything. It's always guidance. You always say that.
And these persons that guarantee within 9 hours, if you pay me X amount, this is going to happen. Just please use your better judgment.
That pisses me off a lot.
But why it upsets me, and this is like this will be the last time I mention this, because I get piled into that little cat. I have to make it clear that that's not me. Like, I'm not part of that group.
Okay, so you're selective. But no, and I can see what you're saying, because those are, and I bet, does that piss you off when you see those people? Have you seen those on TikTok?
No, I have not.
Have they come across your algorithm?
No, I have not.
Where you're doing the reel and then.
But listen, this is so terrible. We discussed it on Mama Bear.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm on TikTok, I feel like TikTok's like the Walmart. Once I'm in there, I can't get out.
Yes,
so I'm cautious when I get in there, because I'm going to be sucked in there. But whenever I see another reader, this is just me. I'm like, I like you, whatever. They get rid of me as soon as they see my name.
But do you feel like you can connect to that person? Do you feel that, like, okay, I can connect with this person?
Yes.
I like this person
because I'm visual.
But can you tell who really is a reader? And when you come across these people,
That's a tricky question, because I believe that we are all intuitive. I believe that we all have a natural psychic ability. I do sense that some of us have it a little more evolved than others. But I have this conversation with people for years. When you come into a space or you hang out with someone and that person's super polite, but you just feel a little something's off.
Me Me, there's a couple of people.
That's your intuition.
Oh,
that's your
I just call it gut feeling because I'm like, I know people that everybody's like, she's so sweet, they're the nicest
and you're
person,
like,
or they're like, he's the greatest guy, he's like the friend, and I'm like, I don't know, buddy. I'm picking up something about this dude or this chick.
That could be your psychic intuition. That could be your sensing the person's energy. That could be your guides kind of putting a little bit of an alert onto you. It's really hard to decipher, but I think it's a trick question because I do feel that we all have an intuition, but I do sense that a lot of times on TikTok, and this is why I've been so hesitant to come on TikTok Live, because there's an agenda. I mean, we all want to make money. We all want to be successful. We all want exposure.
True. But I think that the people that actually get the most exposure is when you're being yourself. And I'm going to say the last live you did,
I only done
loved
one.
it. I know, no, but I'm going to say it right now. The last live you did, speaking into existence, it won't be the first one. It's not the only one. You're going to have multiples.
I'm doing one this week, actually.
Okay, you are?
Yes.
Okay, sí, qué bueno.
Yes.
I want you to, you were really good. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It is overwhelming. It's a lot of people coming at you. I feel like the herd was just kind of coming like, whoa, slow it down.
Okay, yeah, there I could see where you would need direction, and your son could help with that.
So I don't know about an actual reading. I may need to ease into that. I may do something where, if you once you watch this, I'll maybe say a little secret word or a little something, a little contest, and maybe do 1 or 2 little live readings.
That'll be good.
But as far as I can't.
But so let's go back to that. Who do you follow on TikTok?
I love recipes, like diet recipes. I'm into that right now.
Really?
Like overnight oats and all that kind of stuff. I like that. I like anything having to do with Zodiac is cool to me.
Okay, yeah, no, Zodiacs, yeah, I like that. But I like them because I watch the ones that do like the funny Zodiac reels where they're like, air signs do this when they're in love. And then like fire signs, they do this when they're in love.
Right.
But I'm actually, I got someone hacked my Twitter.
Okay.
And so I tried to talk to the customer support and they said they could not. Because whoever hacked changed the email address, they couldn't recover. They couldn't give me my account back.
Wow.
Which I'm really mad because Lisa Vanderpump, I saved a message she sent me directly in 2011.
How cool.
Trust me, and Lisa
why do
Vanderpump.
I have like in my brain like an English accent when you say her name? Like
she's
really,
like,
darling.
What did she say?
She
was like, no. The message says something like, "Let me know who your family is. I'll come for them." And you're right. I do the whole British accent. I'm like, darling, let me know who they are. I'm coming for them. And I'll be like, yes. Now,
someone hacked your account?
Yes.
And that is so scary.
Well, no. Now I'm more on Instagram.
You know that someone stole one of our old accounts and another shop like mine, and it's saying
mimicking you. Okay, see,
because I'm so blessed to have amazing Google reviews, and that's my son's doing because I told him, and I've shared this with you before. Yes. When he said, "Mom, you need to put yourself out there," and I said, "I'm old school." So I said, no, people don't want to know that. They don't want to be outed. They don't want other people to know that they're going to me, the card reader, whatever. My son just said, like, "Mom, I promise you." So we did it. Can I tell you that people are so sweet to me on there?
Really? No.
And I'm terrible.
Is mine still on there?
I don't know, but there are a lot. I read them sometimes, and I'm like, the guys are sweet.
Not to mean to cut you off, but producer Mike, are these new mics? Wow. You know why? Because I feel like Delilah, Sunny 99.1.
It's probably the position because we're.
Hold on. I'm breaking character right now. Hold on. Okay, hold on. And
we're back.
We're back, right? We're back.